Hey everyone, my name is Russell Brunson. I'm here today with Shanna David, and I'm excited because today we're going to be talking about a topic that is near and dear to all of us entrepreneurs, and that is how in the world do you save money? How many of you guys at the end of the year, you have somebody, you give all your stuff to somebody, they do their work, and then they give you back a bill of how much you owe the IRS, and you're just like, I don't get it, the IRS didn't do anything. How come they get all my money? And it's frustrating, right? And so what Shanna specializes in is helping entrepreneurs to structure their businesses in a way and file the taxes the right way and everything to help save us all money. And so that's what we're talking about today, which is a topic that's super fun. So thanks for coming and hanging out with us today.
Sure, thank you.
So first off, how did you get into this stuff? Like, why are you excited about accounting and taxes and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I know you all see like the cartoons, the accounts are like the boring people, but actually I just find it so fascinating. I got into accounting about a decade ago and I started studying, there's a lot of areas in accounting. It's like being a doctor. There's a million different areas you can specialize in. But almost immediately when I started studying, I got really interested in tax. And a lot of people are like, why tax? It's so awful. Like, I hate that. I'd rather do anything but think about tax. But the reason is because I come from a pretty cheap family, and we don't want to pay anybody any more money than we have to. And I realized that I can do a lot of good with my knowledge, helping people save money in taxes. It makes me feel like Robin Hood, Yeah. I'm Robin Hood and I get to help save you from the sheriff of Nottingham who wants to take all your money. I want to do it legally and ethically. I don't want to, do anything illegal. But just using some special strategies, we can really accomplish that. And so it's really exciting for me to make a difference in my clients' lives.
I think it's cool because every time I give money to IRS, I'm like, I don't know what they're doing with it, right? Where if I keep that money in my own business, like I can do all sorts of stuff. I can hire more employees, I can create jobs, I can sell more stuff, I can buy more stuff, whatever you want to do with it.
Right.
And it's like the worst place to put it is the IRS. So whatever you can do legally and ethically to not give it to them is important. Okay, so you've been doing this now for over a decade, and I'm curious, like, what sets you aside apart from most of the other people who are doing tax returns and things like that?
The biggest thing that we're doing is we try to have a personal relationship with our clients and really talk to them. So a lot of input I've gotten from my clients over the year is their last tax preparer, they just bring the information, they drop it off, a few weeks or months later, they get a call saying, hey, your tax return is done, you owe the IRS lots of money, you owe us lots of money, come get it. And they would show up and the secretary would have them sign and write your check, here you go. And they come to me and go, I don't know why I owe $5,000. Why do I owe that? And did I get all the deductions I was entitled to? And I'd look it over and go, well, I can see off the bat like 3 things right here that didn't anybody explain this to you? Nope, nobody talked to us at all. Nobody even called us. And so the thing I'm so excited about is I've come up with this little strategy I call the golden 10 minutes. And what that is I take your information too. I enter it into our computer system, our software. But then when I'm done, I take a step back and I start to analyze it and go, okay, are they missing something here? What are all the deductions, do they look like they're in line with the type of business they're in? Is there stuff that's missing? Are they structured correctly? Could we change a few things to make a big difference for them? And so I get a list of things together, things that I think that might apply to them that they aren't aware of or that they forgot about. And then I want to have a consultation with them on the phone or by email or in my office for about 10 minutes. And usually by me asking them some questions, it saves them between $2,000 and $5,000 in their taxes, just because they aren't aware of those things. They're great at what they do, but they don't know, taxes. They need somebody that actually understands that situation and what can be done to fix it. And so that's why I call it the golden 10 minutes. That 10 minutes is usually, $2,000 to $5,000 of savings, which is awesome.
It's crazy because most tax preparers, they're just trying to, it's a number and you're cranking them out and you get them done.
Exactly.
And for them to stop and spend that time, it doesn't increase cash to them. It does for the clients, not for them, so they don't really care as much.
Right, yeah.
Which is cool because you actually care about them and helping them get money back in their business, which is awesome.
I think, there's, besides your health, your money is the next thing in line of keeping you happy. Your family, of course, but if everybody's healthy and well, the next thing that adds up to your personal happiness is that you have enough money to pay your bills and that, all your money's not being taken from you. And so that makes me so excited. I have a real input in helping people have a better quality of life. And that's just that's what makes me excited and passionate about doing this, as opposed to just entering tax returns and getting paid and sending them off, and just making a lot of money. Yeah. I'd like that part too, but I want really to make a difference in my client's life. And I want a relationship with them so that they want to stay with me and my company for a long period of time.
Yeah. And the cool thing too for us entrepreneurs is most of us, again, we're focused on like being visionaries and creating and doing and like put all this stuff out there. And most of us aren't studying the tax codes and the laws and the rules and all that kind of stuff. I'm the same way. Like when in the past, I would get stuff like that back, and they tell me how much you owe, and like, is there any way to do less? And people usually like, I don't know. And then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and you're just like, I guess I'll have to.
Yeah, you have no idea what's even possible. Or you have it's a lot of times I always had the fear of like, well, if I'm too aggressive, then I'm going to go to jail. There's going to be the opposite side too.
Right.
It's like, where's the middle
medium?
ground where you can save money and you're not going to get in trouble, but it's actually like these are things that are structured, especially for entrepreneurs like us. Like the government has given us things to protect us and be able to get money back. But if no one's aware of that, and especially aware of like your specific type of business, then you're just losing that money.
Yeah. One of the things that I really want to do for my clients is educate them. And so that's a huge thing. I think, knowledge is power. When I was about 13, my dad took us on a trip to Europe, and it was before the euro. So every little country had its own currency and its own language, and my dad was always on top of his money. He knew where every dollar went, where every dollar was coming from. Every dollar had a place where it belonged. But when we were there, we'd go to the cashier and buy something, and they would say something to us we didn't understand, and he would open his wallet and look at the money, and he'd just sort of look at it, and then he would hold it open to them, like, just take.
They would take.
Yeah, and hope they didn't take too much. And I feel like that's how most people feel with the IRS. They're holding open their wallet and just hoping that the IRS doesn't take too much because they don't understand the language, they don't understand the culture, they don't understand all the things that go together to create their tax situation. And so we want to explain that to them and say, this is why, you're getting taxed. This is where they're taking the money out of your wallet. And, really, they didn't need to take that much out of your wallet. It's just because you didn't understand the situation. Now we can fix that. And so that's another part where we're just really passionate about. We want people to understand why they're being taxed, how they're being taxed, and what they can do to have control over that.
So I know that right after your clients, you offer a whole bunch of different types of things. What are the different services that you guys offer your people?
So just for doing your tax return with us, we offer a lot of really great free things with that. One of the things we offer is we're available by phone or email all the time, all year long. So we're not lawyers. A lot of people think we're like lawyers and we charge by the hour, by the minute, whatever. We're not. If you're a client, we want you to be happy and we want you to be taken care of. So if June 6th you have a question about your taxes, call us. We'll answer it. We'll do our best. If we don't know the answer, we'll try to find the answer for you. You all of a sudden.
Put them on the clock though. Like, hey, hold on a second.
Yeah, exactly. We don't do that. We consider our clients our friends. We want to be there for them, help them succeed. They succeed, we succeed. It's a good thing, this relationship that we can create together. I get a lot of calls during the year. Hey, I just thought of this new business. What do you think about this? What would I need to do to get that going or whatever, and so those are all things we want to help with. So that's one thing that we offer our clients just because they're our client doing taxes with us. Another thing that I like to do for my clients is at the end of the year, get them to bring in their financial information to me or email it to me or whatever. And then we kind of do a mock tax return. So we do like a financial forecast for them for their taxes for the coming year. At that point, if we have a couple months, we can change some things around if they're all of a sudden think they're going to owe a lot. Or, we can fix a few things and they can prepare so they're not just blindsided like being hit by a truck on April 15th. Oh my gosh, how much do I owe? At that point, there's not a lot we can do to fix the problem.
That's nice. I've had that problem when the first time I ever did tax returns, I didn't know anything about taxes at all. And the first time I was given this is what you owe the government. I was like, what? I don't have that money.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, it's due tonight. And as opposed to if you know 6 months ahead of time, you can plan and prepare and you can
exactly.
be ready for it.
Yeah. And so that's something we do for free as well. Just because we're so glad you're our client, we want you to succeed and be successful. Also, if one of our clients gets chosen for an IRS examination or an audit, we are there to help them with that. We usually do it for free unless there's different circumstances, but we want to be there with you. We want to fight the fight with you and get it done. We guarantee our work. We stand behind it, and we're going to be there to help you in that terrifying process, make it not so terrifying. We've done that a lot of times, and we're there to help clients. We hired even from people that aren't our clients. We hired from people in an audit process that need help. And so we've had a lot of experience with that. And that's something we stand behind. We want to help our clients.
That's nice, because going to war with the IRS would be really scary without somebody there who knows what they're doing.
Right, it is. Yeah, it's terrifying. And it's like that example I gave with the, going to Europe. The IRS speak is like a different language. A lot of clients will get a letter from the IRS and they bring it to me like terrified. Like, I'm like, what does it say? I have no idea. Like, they have no idea. And, yeah, and usually I read it and they're like, it's something not even a big deal, It's just like, oh yeah, they said this, your dress looked different than the last time you filed or something, it's some little thing. But to them, first their heart stops when they see IRS, and then for whatever reason, that makes their brain not work and they can't read at that point. And so we interpret those letters, that we help them with that, and
the Irish should send letters like in a green envelope for a red. So green's like, this is a good thing to be happy, and this is a red and like you should be scared. So
I
at least
agree,
we could not be as nervous.
So you wouldn't be like in the bathroom getting sick. Yeah. We also do like full payroll and bookkeeping services and structuring. We work with all sorts of really great people that are experts in those fields. And so those are people we can, help set you up with, get you information from if you need those things, those services. So
very cool.
We can be as involved or as uninvolved as you would like, as much as you need. If you want us just like hands-on all the time, we can do that. If you want us just, once in a while, hey, I got a question and here's my tax information, that's great too. We're happy to be whatever kind of service we can provide you is what we want to do. So
cool. It's nice people do go all in because then they've got the structuring and the bookkeeping and accounting all kind of together, and that way you're able to really have a clear picture of their business at any given time, as opposed to sometimes having to like, okay, we're doing over here and over here, and those kind of things, right?
Yeah, it's really good. There's lots of different bookkeepers and people that put together structuring and things like that, but it's really great for me to work with the people that work in my office that do those things, because when it's time to prepare their taxes, I've got all their information just right there. I understand exactly how things are set up. The people I need to talk to if I have questions are available, and so we understand how things work, and it's really a good situation for us, yeah. But we can do taxes for anybody. If they have somebody they love, that's great too. We're happy to work with that.
Okay, so my next question for you, outside of the fact that people like me, entrepreneurs, small business owners, probably shouldn't be ever touching this part of their business, what's your reason why someone should hire a CPA as opposed to trying to even figure it out on their own?
Right. There are some people that can do it themselves. So they got a W-2 or 2 W-2s and maybe a couple kids. If they feel comfortable, they're probably doing okay, to do it on their own, unless they start owing money, and then they might want to start talking to a professional about it. But other than that, it's really important. One of my favorite clients is named Kevin, and he didn't make a lot of money. He'd always filed his taxes on his own, but the company I was working for at the time was offering like a free review. And so he's like, I'll just come in and just make sure she tells me I'm doing it great, And so he brought it into me, we sat and we looked down, and he'd prepared a business return and a personal return. He'd done a good job. He'd used all the popular online tax software and everything, and he was really proud. And he's like, look, and I was like, well, that's good. He was getting $700 back and he was really happy. And I said, if we just change this thing right here, boom, and you saw the little refund wheel, $7,000.
Oh wow, so 10 times.
10 times, yeah. It's not every story's 10 times, but a lot have,
crazy.
It's significant.
What did Kevin do after that? He probably bought you a cake or something.
He's one of my best clients, yeah.
He loves you now.
Yeah, and I love him. He's great, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm a big believer, especially most entrepreneurs or visionaries, people that are trying to create stuff like we're not super good typically at the details, and especially focusing on those kind of things take you off the focus of driving the business and all those things that are so important to do. Whereas if you have someone who's knowing those things and can save you the money at the same time, then you got the best of both worlds.
Right. A lot of people are like, well, isn't it really expensive to get your taxes done at C.P.A? And I like to ask them, you're going to tell them, you're asking the wrong question. You're supposed to say, how much money can I save by using a C.P.A? That's the difference. You got to change your mindset. Yeah, you might have saved $250, but what did you lose in tax savings? Probably, we really like to pride ourselves that we pay for ourselves, at the very minimum pay for ourselves in what we've saved you in taxes. But that's unusual. Usually, we pay for ourselves over 10 times or more, and so yes, you are paying for a service that you could probably go and do for free online or pay $50 to do online, but are you saving any money really? Usually not. Usually you're costing yourself a lot of money.
I always think about it's one of those things you can't afford not to. People are like, I can't afford. It's like, no, you actually can't afford not to, because it's just free money. There's cash sitting right there. And you don't know where it's at. You're like, I know there's somewhere, it's gotta be here. But you're like, it's right there. And you're like, oh, cool. And then you just grab it and then you take a little bit of that and pay them back. Like, it's one of those things that it's a no-brainer to not do.
Right, yeah, I always like to say, there's probably money on the table still, just exactly how you put it. Yeah, there's money sitting on the table. Are you gonna take it, or are you gonna just leave it there? It's your decision, you know.
We can share that, or the IRS can have it. And you don't want the IRS to have it.
Exactly.
They're not gonna do anything good with it, so. All right, my next question for you, are what states do you guys file taxes for right now?
Right. All 50 states. Like we have clients all over the country. It's really, even the world, you know, that have a United States tax return. So with remote, you know, with the internet and with emails and all of those, you know, web cameras and all that great stuff, you know, we're able to file tax returns for everybody. And so it's really great. It's really fun. We have clients all over the place. So anywhere you are, we can file a return for you.
So they don't have to be in your backyard. They can be anywhere.
Not at all. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, probably half of my clients are remote clients for me. So yeah.
Very cool. All right. So next question is, what type of tax do you personally specialize in?
Well, I do both business and personal taxes. I love doing both. They're just, you know, and especially somebody has a business, you know, I love doing personal taxes, but I also really love doing the business and the personal together if they do have their own business. The reason is because most people have flow through companies where they're taxed on their personal tax return for their business income. And so by creating both returns at the same time, I can see how much money they're going to be paying in taxes. Then I can start helping them adjust that, you know. And so the two play together. They're, you know, they go together. And so I like doing them both. It's a great thing, you know, so we can actually give them the most benefit.
Cool. So my question, this is my selfish question, so what do you think is the biggest mistake most entrepreneurs make when they're going into this part of their business?
I think their biggest mistake is that they're, you know, it's a topic people don't like to think about, like, you know, getting your doctor exam every year or whatever, you know, it's like,
Sorry, I put it as far out of my mind as long as possible until it's like so painful, you're like, ah.
Exactly. So they kind of bury their head in the sand, you know, for a while until it becomes like a kind of a screaming problem. And we want to tell them, you know, it's not really that scary. We're here to help you. You know, a lot of times they do that because they're like, I know I owe all this money. I don't want to even think about it. I don't want to talk about it. But, you know, number one, usually it's never as bad as they think. Number two, if we talk about it, we can fix it. You know, we can be proactive instead of just pretending it'll go away, because it's not going to go away. Yeah. And so, like I said, we want you to have, you know, knowledge is power. We want you to have the knowledge and the power to be able to be the most successful you can be. And this is a big part of it, you know. Your taxes is probably the biggest bill you're going to pay, or one of the biggest bills you might pay. So we want to make sure we get that right for you.
Yeah, when you're aware of something, you can actually like do something about it.
Exactly.
As opposed to me and most entrepreneurs, we're so scared, like, let's just hide it and not think about it.
Right.
But that day, the day of reckoning always comes with taxes. It never goes away.
Yeah, exactly. and we can, we don't want it to be painful for you. You know, we want it to be fun even, you know. We'll have fun with you. We'll talk. We'll, you know. So, yeah.
Pretty cool. Okay, so next question is for those entrepreneurs who are listening to this right now and they're like, I wonder if I ever paid. They thought about it. They paid. They got $700 back, and they're like, what if there's $7,000 for me? Like, for someone like that, like, what's your advice, or what should they kind of be looking at right now?
Well, we offer this really great program where we will do a free 3-year review. So you can actually amend your tax returns back 3 years with IRS and still get money back. If you owe money from past, you can even amend from further back, but you're never going to get money back. You might reduce what you owe, if that makes sense. But we do a free 3-year review. And so we'll take a look at it, and I'm really honest with them. If I feel like we can amend it and we can help, I'll tell them, you know, hey, yeah, we can do something. If we can't, I'll be sure to tell you. I don't want to, you know, be creating work for some, you know, or an expense for somebody that isn't legitimate or whatever. So that's really what we can take a look at it and really see, you know, what was done right, what we think could be done better, how we can fix it, and how much money you can get back with that. If that's something you feel like, you know, there was still that money sitting on the table that might have got missed. So
the money's there, it's possible to get back. That's the next
exactly,
step.
Yeah, exactly. So, and some people get nervous about amending the return, and that's fine too.
What happens if like they find something worse or something?
Right, yeah, some people are like, I don't want them looking that closely, but at least we know then what was being done up to that point and what we can fix going forward. So both of those options are really good, you know, where we can educate you, explain to you, and tell you how we can fix those problems. So, yeah.
So next then is, and this is a problem I personally have, so I want to ask you, is what happens if you're an entrepreneur listening to this and you know you haven't filed taxes in a few years?
Yeah.
What should you do at this point?
Just call us and talk to us. It's one of those things where it's just like, oh, I don't want to think about it, yeah. And like I said, it's usually never as bad as what they think it's going to be, every once in a while, but very rarely. Usually they're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. And you're going to sleep better, you're going to feel better, you're going to be like, this weight is lifted off my shoulders. We'll just help you with that. We'll be happy to, you might say, oh, my stuff is a mess. You know what, let's just work it out, get the best numbers that we have available and file it so that you can get that off your chest. We're willing to work with you, help you, give you suggestions of where to find the information or, things like that. Whatever we need to do to help you get those things filed so that you can sleep better at night and know where you're at and not be afraid that the scary big brother is going to come find you.
And it's important to do it now too, because as you guys are growing companies and they're getting bigger and bigger, like the bigger it gets, the more problems you're going to have on the back side of it. So it's get those things figured out, taken care of, and that way, as you're growing, you don't have that stress and that liability. It's just following you forever. Mm-hmm. Worst case, you have one thing that blows up really, really big, and all of a sudden they're coming after you for all the money and all that other stuff. And
right? Yeah, it's better to It's better to get it done and not have them looking at you. Just get it done and fly under the radar. We don't want to focus a spotlight on you. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, it's been awesome. So anything else for entrepreneurs like me who aren't thinking about this kind of business, anything last final words for them just to make sure they're getting things figured out and working so they can not stop stressing about it and just start focusing again on their vision and what they're trying to create?
I'd say, give me a 10-minute call. I know you're super busy, I know, but give us a 10-minute call. We'll only take 10 minutes and we'll ease your mind. We'll get you set on a path where we can go. It's not a ton of time out of your day, and then you can, feel like you're on that road to where you need to be with your taxes and your finances. And so, just give us a few minutes and we'll try to be as proactive as we can to help you so that it's not hard for you and take time out of making money, which is what you want to do. We want to help you save it. So that's what I'd say.
Awesome. Thanks for coming and sharing all this stuff with everybody. And for those of you guys who want to save money on your taxes, give Shanna a call. It's the next step. And I appreciate sharing all this stuff. This is awesome.
Thank you so much.
You are Robin Hood, and you're going to save everybody else some money.
Yeah, so exactly. Thanks.